Hello, everybody. Welcome to Harmony Club. My name is John Gonzalez, and in this channel, we talk about everything crypto and economics. If you guys are interested, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, as I am going to upload here daily videos about also news and what's going on in the markets. So, guys, today I'm going to talk about Cardano versus Ethereum in this next couple of months because it's something that I see a lot of people have been asking themselves or have been asking. I have been wondering because both of the cryptocurrencies do the same thing. Well, not now because, as you guys know, Cardano is set to launch Alonso smart contracts in this summer. So in a couple of months, we're going to have the full mainnet of smart contracts in Cardano, as well as we're going to have the Ethereum 2.0, which is going to turn the supply into a deflationary supply, right? It's going to go down around 10% a year from what I've been hearing of the calculations due to all the gas fees being burnt, as well as it also has to do with the amount of transactions that are being used. So it also has to do with the volume, right? So let's talk about something first, and that is the price. So here's something, guys, that I want you guys to think about regarding Ethereum and Cardano. Most people have not seen this, and when I say most people, I mean almost nobody I heard has said this argument about these two cryptocurrencies. By the way, this is not financial advice. However, this is just my opinion. Do not invest. I'm not a financial advisor, so do not invest using my advice, guys. So just letting this is a disclaimer, guys. So now let's go with the argument I'm going to explain to you guys. Right now, Ethereum, we have the price of around $2,500, while we have Cardano almost $1.50, right? So the average American, right, the average person in the United States, even on Europe or even in other countries like Australia, right, they can actually, even if you work at, let's say, McDonald's, or if you work at a minimum place job, you can actually save up every month, right, for a couple of months, for several months, and you can actually buy a whole ETH, right? You can buy a whole Ethereum, correct? However, most people have not think what is going to happen when Ethereum actually hits $20,000. Let's say Ethereum, let's give an example, just like a made-up example. In 2024, let's say Ethereum hits, I don't know, let's say $40,000, correct? So if in 2024 Ethereum hits $40,000, we might see ADA around 40, right? $40 to $50 range, right? Because that'll be a 40x here, right? Or yeah, something along those lines. So if we see if we see Ethereum at a $40,000 price point in 4 years, this is just an example, we will see a lot of the normal folks, right? A lot of the let's say low income or minimum wage people that actually buy crypto on a regular basis doing dollar cost averaging, they will see that the price of ETH is going to be so high that even if they save up through a lot of months, they're going to be very, very hard for them to actually get one whole ETH, right? If they get into crypto at that time. However, if they get into crypto at that time and they buy one Cardano, which let's say at that time is $40, well, you guys have to understand, like, the human psychology has to do a lot to do with the price, right? Because a lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people don't even know that you can actually buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, right? So a fraction of a Bitcoin, you guys know that you guys can buy $5-10 worth of Bitcoin, right? But a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people see their price point $40,000. They think, oh my God, I don't have $40,000. I cannot even have a Bitcoin. But if you guys are into crypto a little bit, you guys know that you guys can actually buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. So when we see, and that the price point of Bitcoin is something that scares a lot of people because they see $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, and they think, oh my God, it's so expensive. I'd rather buy Ethereum, or they say, I'd rather buy Cardano, or they say, I'd rather buy Binance Chain, or they say, I'd rather buy Dogecoin, or they say, I'd rather buy XRP, right? So the human psychology is a strong factor in deciding the positioning of the coins themselves, correct? And the price, that is why a lot of people are pushing, a lot of even Bitcoin maximalists and a lot of Bitcoin pushers, they're pushing for Bitcoin to be priced in Satoshis instead of Bitcoin itself, like whole units. They want Bitcoin in Satoshis, so when people buy their Bitcoin, let's say they buy $200 worth of Bitcoin, they can see they have like however million Satoshis that is, right? However, because we don't have that, a lot of people are scared when they just don't hold it for a long time because they just see, wow, I just hold 0.00001 Bitcoin. That's so little, right? Most people are not willing to, psychologically speaking, hold through a bear market knowing they have something like so little, like 0.001 Bitcoin, right? Instead of seeing a lot of Satoshis, they just see 0.0, a lot of zeros. So that's what we're going to see with Ethereum. When Ethereum hits 20, 30, 40,000 dollars, which I think it will actually in 4 years, it's gonna hit those numbers. When it hits that, a lot of people are gonna look into the other competitor, which is gonna be ADA, right? And ADA is gonna be around 30, 40, 50 dollars, and people are gonna see, okay, so Cardano and Ethereum, they do the same thing, right? They both have smart contracts, right? But Cardano might actually be even cheaper, faster, and better, right? Who knows, right? Because when we have smart contracts on Cardano, we're going to be able to see, as you guys know, Cardano is written in a different code, Haskell, than Ethereum, right? So, which is more of a mathematician code. It goes more with calculus. It's more of a scientific approach. So while Ethereum, they do more of a fix it as we go approach, Cardano does something different, which Cardano, before they launch something, Cardano wants that to be perfect. It doesn't want that to have any sort of bugs or any sort of glitches. Cardano wants to do, they do a lot of peer reviews before they launch things. So Cardano is more of a scientific approach. They do something slow, but they actually do it in a good fashion, so it goes out like a good product working without any type of issues. While Ethereum is the opposite, right? Ethereum, they launch it, and any problems they see, they just fix it as they go, right? That's more of their philosophy, right? They are very fast. That's what has allowed them to be so fast, correct? Now, let's go back to the price point that is going to do a lot of difference. Imagine in 10, 20 years, what's going to be the price of Ethereum? Think about it, right? Think about it. Think about what's going to be the price of Ethereum in 2028. Maybe $100,000. Who knows? Maybe more. Who knows? Nobody knows, right? However, it's going to be very high. We both know that. You and I know that. So while Cardano in 8 years, it may actually be what? $100? I don't know. $200? $500? Who knows? But it will still be obtainable, one whole unit, by the average Joe, right? Even a minimum wage worker, even somebody that flips burgers at Burger King, they can actually buy a whole Cardano, even if it's $1,000 or $500 or $2,000 in 8 years, right? So, guys, I just wanted to give you this perspective because a lot of people don't see this. And the fact of that matter is that all these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, all of this is going to keep going up, right? Even probably Dogecoin, right? Everything is going to keep going up. So you guys need to understand that if these are the two competitors, let's say this is Microsoft, let's say this is Apple, well, they can both coexist, right? It's good to have competition. Apple, Microsoft, Pepsi, and Coke, it's good to have competition, right? It drives out innovation. It drives innovation. It's really good for the consumer. So, however, we're going to see the price of Ethereum being so expensive, especially since the supply is going to be deflationary, which means around 10% of its supply might actually be burnt every year, depending upon the volume, right, of transactions. So if we see 10% of transactions, let's do the math, shall we? Let's do the math. So if we see 10% of 116 million, guys, that is 11 million. So every year we might see actually 11 million less eat. Next year, 11 million less eat. Next year, 11 million less eat. So eventually, this price is gonna actually explode because more people are gonna jump in FOMO in because it's a deflation, the first probably deflationary asset, and then this price is gonna go up. The reason it's gonna go up is because the market cap is gonna keep going up, while the demand can actually stay the same, but because the supply is decreasing, the price actually goes up like magic. Because even if the demand stays the same, because of economics, if the supply goes down, and even if the supply goes down and the demand goes up at the same time, it's gonna be, the price of this is gonna go skyrocket like crazy. So I'm not saying don't buy Ethereum. I'm saying, guys, you have to think about everything. I personally own both, and I think both are good to own. However, I am more bullish on ADA, and this is my opinion, in the short term. In the first next 4 years, I am more bullish on ADA than on Ethereum. Why? One reason, and the main one. The market cap of ADA is just so little. It's so low. It's only 49 billion. While here it's almost 300 billion, right? So for this price to double, it needs to go to 600 billion, which will be almost close to surpassing Bitcoin. Well, for this to double, it only needs to go to 100 billion, which wouldn't even be half of this, right? So if you ask me, of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would rather go with ADA right now, especially because we're going to have smart contracts and a working product now. But I wouldn't either discount Ethereum because we're going to also have a deflationary asset, which is going to make this price go crazy, right? Because it's going to be deflationary. So it's good to own both. It might actually be a great idea to just do a 50-50 split, right? Because you're betting on both horses, right? If either wins, you're good. If both win, like Microsoft and Apple that both won, you guys actually are going to be very wealthy, right? Especially if you stake your ADA at 6% a year and you stake your Ethereum when 2.0 comes. So guys, lastly, before I finish the video, because I don't want to make this video too long, we have here the interview that Lex Friedman did with Charles Hoskinson. It's going to come out this week. They talked for over 5 hours, guys, about philosophy, about life, about maybe even libertarianism, right? Because, you know, Charles Hoskinson is very pro-liberty. And we have here articles and articles and articles from the NASDAQ, from all these other credible sources that are saying prepare for ADA to heat up as summer approaches. Of course, we have it's going to be a smart contract from Alonso. So, guys, this is everything for today, guys. This is the ADA ecosystem. As you guys know, I have made videos about this before. If you guys want to support me, please go ahead and like the video. Subscribe for more videos like this to bring you guys some different perspectives that nobody talks about in this field. Because the price, guys, psychology is something very strong that a lot of people have not. I've never seen somebody talk about this, right? The price psychology between ETH and Cardano, right? It's going to be very big in 4 years, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years. Who knows? Because people are going to look at the prices and they're going to see, wow, do I rather buy this or this? There's like a big price difference, but they do the same thing, right? So, guys, I also have a Spanish channel. I'm going to link it below. If you guys want to support me, please go ahead and subscribe to that as well. Subscribe to that one as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you liked it. Bye-bye.